I want to talk a bit about how ulcerative colitis has actually brought some positives to my life. The ways that it's improved my thinking about health. So, one of the major ways that it's improved my life is it's made me laser focus in on nutrition. Now, before I was diagnosed with IBD, I had no idea about nutrition. I would eat meal deals, I would drink Mountain Dew, I would have lots of coffee. I wasn't guzzling Mountain Dew, but I would drink it and I would do lots of skateboarding. And I would get these moments where my blood sugar would drop and I didn't know what was going on. And I'd rush into the supermarket to buy a sandwich and a Mountain Dew. And then that would bring me back. And what I think was going on at the time was I was having a low blood sugar moment, like a hypoglycemia. And I think my diet was so bad back then, it was mostly carbs, that I was probably a bit insulin resistant. Like I was skinny, doing lots of exercise, but my diet was just carbs. And maybe my blood sugar dropped and I just didn't know what I was doing with my diet really. There was no real protein, like no focus on protein. But since having ulcerative colitis, I have learnt a lot about diet. Because it's one of those things where you kind of need a reason to start learning about diet. You know, if nothing ever goes wrong, then you never look into your diet and the problems. If you feel great on rubbish food that you're eating, you never question whether you should be eating it. I think that's why a lot of kids just like to eat chocolate. You know, they haven't got that feeling of like, I'm going to eat this chocolate, then I'm going to feel bad. Should I keep eating that? I don't know. Anyway, that's one of the ways that IBD has actually improved my life because I know a bit more about diet, how to give myself the vitamins and minerals that I need. It made me really look into that because when you're having problems out the rear end, it does make you assess what's going in the front end. Another way that it's improved my life is it's made me focus on other aspects like sleeping. So sleep was something that I've always struggled with. I haven't found the solution to getting good sleep, but I have improved it, I'd say, by 80%. 20% of the time, I'm still getting bad sleep. But now I have implemented some strategies and now I get 80% good sleep, I would say. And how did this come about? Well, much like diet showing me the ways I was going wrong, my bad sleep, it reared its ugly head. I had very bad time and I had to hit rock bottom to figure out how to climb, to that 80%. So I was on prednisolone or prednisone, which, if you're watching this and you've got inflammatory bowel disease or any other chronic condition, you'll know what that is. It's a steroid, and it's not the steroids that are going to get you jacked and grow your muscles. Quite the opposite, actually. They promote muscle wastage in a way. But what they do is they pump your body with fake cortisol to make you feel stressed. Why do we want to feel stressed? Well, it dampens your immune system. And with that dampened immune system comes less self-damage. So you're on these steroids and you're stressed, less damage internally, but my sleep was ruined. Imagine, I'm quite a stressed, highly anxious person as it is, and you give me fake cortisol. Suddenly I'm stressed, I'm going a bit crazy. I'm no longer sleeping. I can kind of lose my mind, to be honest. My sleep goes so wrong that I would say I hit rock bottom. It got to a point where I'd break down crying because I was just not getting the sleep that I need. I was seeing a therapist at the time and I talked to my therapist and said, I can't deal with this. And I started using sleeping medications. Now those sleeping medications helped me get out of that hole and I'm off of them now. But I felt like they were like a necessary path to be on. And through that, I also implemented these other strategies all around sleep, such as like blocking out all the light, wearing earplugs, winding down, having that set amount of time, going to bed at the exact same time every day. There's some other things as well, but regimenting in my sleep has been the key to success for me. And my sleep has been the best it's ever been. I'm 31 and the past I'd say a year and a half I've been implementing these strategies. Best sleep of my 31 years, I would say. I've never had sleep as good as I'm having it now. Or I just don't remember what my sleep was like as a kid. I imagine my sleep might have been better back then. But still, sleep's just very good. Well, not very good. 80% good now. And that's because I hit rock bottom. So we've got food, sleep. The other thing it's taught me is exercise. I mean, I was an avid skateboarder growing up, so I've always been quite active. But then I found the gym. I replaced all my skateboarding with lifting weights. And when I was flaring really bad, that sort of gets stripped away from me. And, I really missed being able to be physically active. And there's one thing here I'd like to share with you. It's a glimpse into the future. But my nan, she's very frail. She's currently bedbound now. But a couple of years ago, she would be falling over a lot of the time. And it's because she was very weak. And it's a warning to you. Now you're watching this and you're younger. Keep your physicality. Lift weights and keep your strength. Because my nan would fall over. She's fallen over. I remember she fell over, hit her head on the radiator. None of these caused big issues, these falls, but luckily. But falling is one of the biggest killers for old people. So it's just a lesson, really. I take it as a lesson because I tried to convince her, you got to go out for more walks. We got to maybe try and implement. I was shooting for a dream here. I was trying to say, you should do some of these exercises. She clearly did not want to do the exercises, but I couldn't even convince her to do a walk. But it's like the saying, use it or lose it. She doesn't go for the walks. She's become a lot more frail. Anyway, she's 92 now anyway, as of recording this. She's pretty old, but she hasn't looked after herself. And I'm not trying to rip on her. That's not the point of this. The point of this is I take it as a lesson. The lesson is you need to look after yourself as you age, especially physically, because like I said, falling is one of the biggest dangers to older people. And if you're watching this, there's still time to fix it. There was still time for her to deal with it when she was 90, She could have gone for those walks. But now not so much, which is a shame. But you can't convince everyone. You have to want to change yourself. Yeah, it is a shame, but you've got to take it as a lesson. You take these things as lessons for yourself, really. That's the only thing you can do. If someone doesn't want to change, that's on them. Can you change? Can you think ahead? And I think, doing some weight training is a great way to do that. You don't have to go crazy, just small bits. But just especially as we age, we don't want to be falling over and bashing our heads on radiators. Not like my nan, we want to keep our leg muscles and all that solid so we can keep ourselves upright without falling. And then some of the main things that having a chronic disease has taught me. I mean, there are other things too, but they sort of play more into nutrition, like the supplements, getting some daylight, get your vitamin D. That's one of the big things I've learned. Keep my vitamin D levels very high. I'm getting it tested soon, actually. Maybe I'll make a video when I get mine tested. I can show you my vitamin D blood levels. They were high before, and I have supplemented vitamin D daily for about a year and a half. So, be interesting to see where they are now. It's been a little while since I had the blood test. I will definitely share that with you, in fact. Expect that in an upcoming video. I think I've got the blood test in maybe 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. Vitamin D is very good, especially for chronic disease. My specialist actually said to me that if more people supplemented vitamin D like I do, there would be less people coming in with severe flares. It's not going to stop you from flaring, but it will make the flare less severe, hopefully. Especially during COVID times. Apparently vitamin D was one of the best things you could do to protect your lungs. So just start supplementing it. I currently I'm working part-time in a college and everyone is ill all around me. People with flus, coughs, you know what, everything. Because it's like an educational setting. You got all these people coming in, you're bound to get sick. And I've been taking my vitamin D, obviously, and I'm on these immunosuppressants as well. And I haven't, touched wood, I haven't got sick yet. Well, I've had a little cold here and there, but nothing too bad. Even when I've been in close contact with people with coughs, somehow I avoided that, which I'm pretty pleased about. Promise you I'm not superstitious. I just touch wood when you say that sort of thing. Anyway, I hope that has been useful to some of you out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.